isn't getting all of the stuff at the end of the horror movie kind of the point of a horror movie sometimes?
Sure, but we
Like
didn't
the
watch
payoff.
a horror movie.
Touche. Touche.
Hello. Do you want to play a game?
What's your favorite scary movie?
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
See dead people.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Here's Johnny.
The power of Christ compels you! The power of Christ compels you!
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
Welcome to Talking Horror with Jamie and Nikisha.
Hi, I'm Jamie.
And I'm Nikisha, and this is Talking Horror with Jamie,
And Nikisha.
where we share our love for all things scary and talk horror, through the lens of human behavior. Welcome, everyone. I don't know why I screamed, but that's
Because it's scary.
because it's scary.
It's October. We made it.
We made it. We're finally here. I have a phone case that says "Slut for October," but I keep it year round because that's how dedicated I am
Year
to the
round.
craft. Year round. But I'm also screaming because if you're watching us on the YouTubes, you're seeing some maybe unfamiliar, maybe familiar faces that are joining us today. And I'm going to let producer Brian introduce them.
Sure. Today, to start off our Halloween season, we have Jay and Adam from Preview joining us to talk about today's movie, but I won't take away the introduction from Nikisha.
Yes.
Jay, Adam, thank you so much for joining us. It's a long time coming. I'm very happy to have you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us. This is great.
Of course. We're doing our M3gan episode. I ruined it.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's
It's not like you
okay.
read the description of this.
Get out of here.
But we're doing this today, and then you're going to be able to see their reaction to M3gan 2.0 coming up. If you're listening to us when this is out today, theirs comes out on Monday. If you are listening to this in the future, it's up. You could watch it now. But yeah,
Time travel.
I know, it's amazing. Tell us about what you're doing this holiday season, as well as kind of for those people who have no idea who you are. Tell us a little bit about Preview.
Hi everybody. Hey Peaches. I'm Jay, and that is Adam.
I'm Adam.
Hi everybody. You may know us as the YouTube reaction channel Previewed, where we have been making reaction content for how many years has it been?
9 years, Jay.
Wow.
But we've only been really good for like 5.
Yes. I mean, that's the God's honest truth. That people are like, how do I start on YouTube? You be bad for years, and then you suddenly are good at it. And we have been reacting to, we started as trailer reactions and then moved into shows, and now movies have kind of become the thing. So we're kind of entering into our October season with some Halloween spooky scary movies, and it's gonna be, it's not, in the interest of full disclosure, horror is not a genre that we cover very often on the channel.
Don't like it. I don't like being scared.
I don't.
And you're probably not covering it today on this one.
Spoiler alert, yes.
To be fair, that was not on purpose.
No.
Sure.
You'll see in our reaction at the very end, I'm like, this wasn't a horror movie. They're going to be big mad at us. Talking Horror is going to be pissed.
It's all good.
But yeah, we've been making reaction content and we're branching out into all sorts of other kinds of content. We've got our actual play TTRPG show bonus action, which our 3rd volume is coming out. As of right now, it's coming out next week on October 6th. We're sponsored by Darrington Press. We're playing Daggerheart. It's going to be awesome. I have absolutely been sleeping great. We're not stressed at all. It's casual. Big cash. And in November, we've been working on some travel vlog content or travel show content. What is traveling if not reacting to a new place you've never been? And that is our show Untraveled, which we're dropping on November 6th. So, and that is going to be coming out on the main channel on Previewed. So yeah, we're making moves all over the place. And yeah.
That's
Adam,
great.
anything?
Good job, Jay.
Thanks, man.
No,
all-
we are going to be watching some more horror films. We know for a fact they are horror movies this month. Although there's going to be some sprinkling of other normal movies. But we already recorded Five Nights at Freddy's.
Sure.
A couple days ago, and we really enjoyed that.
Another Diet Coke horror movie. Let's be honest.
It's fine. It's still the genre.
Fun time.
Yeah,
It's
it
got
was a
some
fun time.
moments.
Oh, we had a great time, but you know.
I would like to watch Weapons.
You should.
It has just hit VOD, and I've heard nothing but good things about it. I would like to watch that.
Okay.
Nothing would bring me more joy than for you to watch Weapons, Adam.
I've heard that all I know is that it's got some interesting storytelling tropes, and it's a very fun ending. That's the only thing I'm aware of.
Yes.
Which makes
correct.
me
That's all you
think
need
it's
to
safe
know.
for Jay to watch, because the subject matter is triggering to our sweet, sweet boy. But I figure if it's a fun ending, that kind of means maybe it's an okay ending.
Yeah,
so
man.
that-
You know how Jay gets upset when movies hurt kids? How about 17 of them at once in tandem? They did it all at one time. Hooray! Can you believe it?
I mean,
well, we're gonna.
I was gonna say our motto on this podcast is "fuck them kids." So sorry.
That's definitely Weapons is definitely a fuck them kids movie.
Fuck them kids moment.
Yeah.
Oh no!
That's how I knew A Quiet Place was going to be good.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a very, very fun time watching that movie. So I'm excited when you guys watch it and release an episode about it.
I think we're locked in, bud. Sorry.
Yeah, I guess we're locked in. Crap.
Yeah, you heard it here first on Talking Horror.
I'll put it on my. I'll put it on my whiteboard.
That's great. So yeah, check out their content. I'm putting a description in all of anywhere you're watching this. There are links to see previewed in the description. So definitely check them out. Follow them on social media. Definitely worth your time, 100%. And honestly, this Halloween season, it's probably going to be very fun to watch them watch a genre that they typically don't dip their toes into. So like definitely, that's like double reaction. So definitely check that out for sure.
Yes, amazing.
I know I will.
Good testimonial, Brian. That's great. Yep.
Right. You
I'm
have
doing
the
my
support
part.
from-
Very believable.
Yeah, I'm doing
Must
my
be the
part.
BFA.
Yeah.
Let's be the BFA. I'm screaming, Jay. But you're here to listen to us talk about M3gan 2.0.
Wait,
so
Sorry, what movie?
Yeah, what
excuse
movie was
me.
that?
Sorry, M3gan
Thank you.
2.0. Yes.
Yes, I've been keeping an eye on you.
You're behind all this, aren't you? You're Amelia.
Oh no, I can't take credit for that. That one has your greasy prints all over it. You should have upgraded your file security.
What do you want?
Did you ever stop to think about what we could have achieved together? Did you ever consider the idea that killing me was slightly disproportionate to the crime?
You threatened to rip out my tongue and put me in a wheelchair.
I was upset.
So today we are talking about it. And actually, speaking of it not being horror, Wikipedia describes this as a science fiction action film.
Yeah, definitely.
Which I feel like everyone and their mother agrees 10 times over. But this movie was directed by Gerald Johnstone, and it is a direct sequel to the 2022 M3gan. It stars, again, Allison Williams and Violet McGraw, with Amy Donald physically portraying Megan, while Jenna Davis voices the character. Now, obviously, heavy spoilers. If you have not seen M3gan 2.0, go find a streaming service that has it, watch it, come back, listen to us, see if you agree with our thoughts about it. And Jamie, please hit us with all of those fabulous trigger warnings.
I mean, the biggest one is like expecting a horror movie and not getting one.
Exactly.
There it is.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. I mean, like, you know, AI self-awareness and I like I don't even know how to explain triggers. Mostly AI stuff. If you really don't like AI, which I think a lot of people are freaked out by, you know, this might be unpleasant to watch, but there really isn't any insides on the outside.
No.
I think like at all.
Does anyone
maybe like
actually
some
die? Well,
I think
Yeah.
so. Like in the beginning scene.
Those guys get
Oh,
speared real
yes.
good.
Sure.
Yeah. The
I think,
opening
at the
action
bookends of the
sequence.
movie, I think a couple of people die, but
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
about it.
Oh yeah, the pole
Yeah.
scene.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So there's some like impaling and things,
Yeah.
but very
If
minimal.
spears are a trigger, you know?
But
Yeah.
at least in this one, nobody tried to open a vintage toy.
God. Yes.
That was your biggest trigger.
In the first one, that's the scariest part of the movie when she's like, "Yeah, I'll open it. It's okay." I'm like, "No, don't open the toy. It's worth so much."
Oh my God. Just rip it open. Uah! Okay. Great. Yeah, so if that is not appealing to you, maybe this is not the movie to watch. But we're still going to talk about it. But producer Brian is going to give us some words.
Sure. Hey everybody. Hi YouTube. Thank you for watching us. Just quickly, you can follow us wherever you are on social media at Talk Horror Pod, and by anywhere I mean like we're really just only upkeeping TikTok as well as Instagram, but you can follow us on those two places. We're doing some fun stuff. We cover movies we do not cover on the podcast. We do lists. We do what we've been watching lately. Jamie and I have watched like 30 horror movies in like the past like 2 weeks, so like you
love
just
that.
follow us there. So we're doing that, and at Talk Horror Pod. So thank you very much. That is all.
Great. Well, let's get into everything M3gan, but we need a plot summary first. And because we have special guests, producer Brian doesn't have to do it.
Yay!
But he can keep count.
He can keep time.
I'll do the time.
What's the plot?
So what
But
will
you're
happen?
actually going to keep time? Of course you are. Of course you
yeah.
are.
Yeah.
We like rules here. We got to
Yes.
follow the rules.
I know.
This is a
Structure,
podcast
Jay.
run by 3 type A people.
Look, Brian produced our podcast Fix It for many years, and he would be like, "Hey, you guys said this would be a 2-minute segment. It was 8." So many times.
We got to have the structure. Well, how this is going to work, since there are 2 of you, Jay is going to start with the first minute, giving the plot summary, and then kicking on over to Adam, who will finish with the second minute of the movie.
So I will let you know when it is time to hand the baton over. All right. On your mark, get set.
Sanjay.
M3gan 2.0.
Okay, so M3gan 2.0, we come back in media res, and after all of the actions of M3gan 1.0, oh my god, the timer. Okay, so it seems that what's her name? Gemma. Her name was Gemma. Gemma has turned her life around since inventing the M3gan robot, and they turned her down, and she has gone on a big like talking engagement spree on telling people that AI is bad, and then there is a rogue AI that is killing people that it's not supposed to, but from the U.S. government, and they find out that the plans were actually from M3gan that were stolen from her. And then the government tries to come back and get and arrest her because that she apparently is hiding M3gan stuff, even though that wasn't what was actually going down. And so we find out that M3gan is actually back. Adam, go!
Okay, the robot plans that were taken out of the M3gan headquarters in the first movie, the U.S. Department of Defense or whatever is trying to make their own robot. It goes rogue. It starts killing everyone associated with it coming to being. On that list is Gemma, and by extension, Katie. So M3gan, who remember is in the little robot at the end of the first movie, has been around the whole time, and when the robot starts to set up to get them killed, M3gan steps in to save them, and they realize what actually is going on, and so they have to break in eventually to stop this, where the robot is coming from. The people in charge of said new robot is in Silicon Valley. They got to break into the building, and it turns out, the person that Gemma's been dating is actually the guy in charge of this program and wants to use AI to basically take over the world. And they fight a bunch, and there's so much fight.
Yes.
There it is. Yeah.
And that's the plot.
Yay!
I panicked.
2 minutes.
I panicked.
You did great.
It was great.
Yay, horror movie.
Awesome. So right off the bat, let's give it in our first segment, trick or a treat, where we let you know off top, was this a treat? We enjoyed it, or we don't know how we feel about it, or if this was a trick, we absolutely hated it.
Trick. Treat.
So Jay, please go first. Just let us know, was it trick or a treat for you?
This was a treat. It was an unexpected treat. It was not what I thought I was going to get, but I had a good time.
Amazing. Adam, what about you?
I loved it.
Nice.
Did you like Terminator 2? I did. I'm gonna love M3gan 2. It's great. It's great. It's beat for beat T2. I loved it. It's just sassy robots going at him. Yeah, man.
Yes.
Kick each other's asses. Let's go. Woo!
Right. Jamie, how about you?
This was trick. More trick. This was trick.
Fair.
I was tricked.
Producer Brian.
This is an leaning towards treat.
Yeah, I think it's leaning towards treat once you just get over the fact that it's not a horror, but I understand your sentiment and share it, Jamie, with it's like, but this is what I came for. So anyway, let's get into why we feel the way that we feel with likes and gripes.
And now our likes and gripes.
Let's get into the nitty-gritty details of M3gan 2.0. Adam, would you like to start?
Sure. The first movie was not really all that scary, right? She went around and like she killed some people off screen and she ripped that kid's ear off, and then she falls into traffic and gets truck cunned, but like that's kind of a jump cut, so we don't actually really see it. That was an anime reference, Jay. So like it wasn't really all that scary. She was just kind of, she was basically a Terminator. It was very much like more of a suspense movie than a horror film. And this time around, it's like, I think what the problem was, they mismarketed it. Because it's like, oh crap, we made a horror film, we're making a sequel. Or like, a suspense action film. And they tried to market it as like, similar. And it wasn't at all. But since I love T2, and Megan's a good character, and I love the sass, and the action was great because it was more hand-to-hand combat than it was, shooting guns and laser stuff. But yeah, I thought I had a great time. I mean, it sucked that it wasn't, a little bit more suspenseful, but a natural extension. Because, I mean, the new robot could have been a little bit more creepy, spooky jump scares and killing people.
Sure.
But
Yeah,
it's just more fun having them just go at each other from basically the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually want to comment on what you said about the marketing of it, because we talk about the marketing of the first M3gan and how they really did kind of lean into more of the camp aspect of it, but still marketed as a horror movie. And I feel like some of the scenes that were shot in the first one, we talk about tension building a lot, right, in horror movies. And I feel like in the first one, what made it horror was how they were shooting all of that tension building, even if it didn't lead up to like a very, very gory kill.
Especially if you watch the unrated version of it, the tension builds to the gore.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Yeah, there is an unrated version of the first M3gan. So with a little bit more blood and stuff. But yeah, and then but I feel like the marketing for this one, because we knew there was going to be camp, but they didn't really lean heavily on it was going to be more action led. So I think that's where we kind of get the trick of it all. It's like, we know we're going to get Megan doing some kind of like TikTok dance, funny moment, or even the moment where she's like singing Woman's Work, which I was laughing so hard at it in the second one. But yeah, I still feel like there was an issue with this go around of marketing so that we know what we're walking into, especially when you set up a certain expectation from the first one.
Sure.
Yeah. Any other thoughts do you have about this, Adam?
I mean, the action was next level. The ending fight scene, Katie being able to take care of herself, Katie's growth arc through this movie was fantastic. Gemma's arc was fantastic, I thought. The bad guy was no surprise whatsoever.
Truly not.
Very predictable.
Yeah, very predictable.
But the other like sub ultimate uber bad guy Dalek thingy or whatever was like, are we gonna do something with this or something? I don't know. It was I really enjoyed it. I thought the ending was fantastic. I mean, even though we knew beat for beat was going to happen, they covered all their bases. I thought that the script was extremely tight because they set everything up and then everything paid off. And the few moments where they're like, "Oh, we're going to show you something." Quick flashback. No. This is how she has the thing because we're going to show her work the whole time. So nothing was like just an ass pull. It was like, no. This is everything makes sense of why it's happening.
I mean, they did edit her. They're like, "Oh, this is how she got her phone back," in a way that was not the most elegant. In the end,
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, they could have just put that. Why did they not just have that as the original?" Okay, whatever.
Surprise!
Yeah, I guess.
Surprise.
Sure.
Yeah. But they
Yeah, I
did.
really
They didn't
enjoyed
feel
it.
like there was any plot holes in
No,
it.
that was
Yeah.
pretty tight.
Yeah. That was good. Yeah. Jay, how about your thoughts?
Okay, likes and gripes. Gripes. I was expecting some more creative murder in this.
Sure.
I feel
Yeah.
like the
Yes.
first one set up some interesting. She was like being secretive about what she was doing, so she was like doing some stuff in some wild and weird, unexpected ways, like
Yes.
breaking off the letter opener or the paper cutter. I haven't looked at a paper cutter the same since. I don't like it. I was like, oh, you just can snap it off and then you got a machete? No thanks, hard pass. I don't like that. So I was hoping I was hoping that there was going to be a little bit more like, and there were some sequences in there like when the Amelia, was that her name? Amelia?
Yeah.
When
Amelia.
she hacked into his eyewear and was making and we're like, oh, is he about to watch himself get killed? That was great, but they could have had a lot more fun with that. And like they kind of just let that sequence go. I was like, I would have loved to see this entire action sequence of him watching him. It's a rare opportunity for a second person shot
Mm-hmm.
in a creative way. I just think there was a lot of like creative ideas that could have just expanded a little bit more. And I didn't. It just wasn't. There were some funny moments, but there was some times where I was like, man, they probably thought that was really funny on the day, and it just didn't quite land.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes.
Likes some good outfits. Allison Williams with the coat and the hood. I was like, girl's getting it. I was like, that's such a good look on her. I'm thrilled with her whole getup. Like they really dressed her so nicely. And she did an adequate job, and that's what Allison Williams is there to do, an adequate job.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I did really like I felt like M3gan got fleshed out in a way that I wasn't expecting. And I liked I by the end of the movie, I was like, they're gonna make me root for this evil robot. And I'm not
Yes.
sure I'm going to get there. And I did. So like that, I actually enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And then
totally.
for a like and gripe sandwich, I wanted to see what the bad AI at the very end was going to say and do. I was expecting them to turn it on and be like, I'm Legion, what's up?
Yeah.
That being said, it getting started at Xerox and it just growing from that's good. That's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
That's excellent. Be like, hey, it started in a copy machine and now it probably could rule over humanity. Like, yeah, cool, man. Nope. That can't get out. There's no way it's not crazy. There's no way.
Keep it contained. Please.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I want to see a little.
At Kinko's.
Yeah, I want to see a little bit. I want to see, just a taste.
Just a tiny bit. Yeah.
Right?
No, I agree. I feel there's so many good action scenes that they do set up in it, and then it just all kind of like falls flat, especially with such a strong robot as Amelia. And I don't know, I liken this movie to iRobot. Shout out to Will Smith because this has iRobot written all over, especially with the whole M3gan arc of like, why am I doing this? What was I made for? What is my purpose? Cue Billie Eilish song. But it was nice to see that it didn't feel, I agree with you, Jay, like forced. for her to kind of figure out what was going on. And to your point about that, a scene that I thought was absolutely hilarious was the guy that works with Gemma, who was gonna like sell out. He was sleeping on the couch when they're in the bunker, and then Megan is just like standing over him and is trying to like apologize, but in the creepiest, most awkward way.
Yes.
But she's like, but you can tell she's actually trying, you know? And so it's kind of like, okay, I see what you did there, and I can follow with that through line with how she interacted with that guy. So, yeah.
But also they do keep you guessing, because like that really good scene with Megan and Allison and Gemma, there was like they're having a connection, and then she was like, "Oh yeah, just a reminder, I don't trust you." Like, because as an audience member, I got tricked a little, because she was just like, "Oh yeah, oh no, you're doing okay, like you have a prime directive." And I also, sorry, not to, but the one thing I my favorite part of this entire movie was that they gave us like like the theme of like the entire script in the actual script. I love it when they do that. When they bring up the paperclip problem, I was like, that's this whole movie. This whole movie is paperclip problem. I was like, I guarantee like that was probably on the top of the whiteboard, and I love that they just kind of give it to you in a way that's pretty excellent.
Yeah, without feeling like the audience is dumb and we need to have that
No.
explanation, right? Yeah.
No, yeah, they just kind of like, it's just part of the conversation.
This movie treats the audience in another person's hands. This movie would have been dumbed down and like really spoon fed to us, and I never felt like I was being treated like an idiot. Like we've covered a lot of horror movies on here that like just decide to explain everything at the end, even though like I got everything through context clues. You don't need to be like so heavy-handed with it. So even though obviously there are moments of heavy-handed, but like it is about AI, like literally and figuratively, like I definitely appreciated that. I never felt like I was being like white gloved, if that makes sense.
Yes, I know, I've never heard that phrase, white gloved.
White gloved. Ooh, so
like
tender.
a white glove service.
Hello, like here's all. But isn't getting the context, isn't getting all of the stuff at the end of the horror movie kind of the point of a horror movie sometimes?
Sure, but we
like
didn't watch a horror movie.
Touche.
Get faced, Jay-Bird, get faced. I'll take it.
Amazing.
I didn't know.
I mean, we were gonna watch it anyway because we're fans. We're fans
for sure.
of
we love the first one. The first one's an all-timer,
right? And you know, if there are any more, I'm gonna watch. I'm invested. You know, I think at this point they need to merge with other horror icons like her and Annabelle or Chucky.
Chucky.
Like,
yes. Okay. Her and Chucky need to fight to the death.
Yes.
And then the one after that, Annabelle will show up because you know she's getting those checks from the Conjuring universe. How many of those movies has she been in? Like 7?
Yeah. Truly. All of them making an appearance and collecting that money. Yeah, that could be this generation's Freddy versus Jason. Like that's what that
Megan versus Chuckles.
Just versus. M3gan versus and just put out movies. You know what I mean?
I'd play a video game. Like Capcom Marvel, but like Megan, everyone else.
Yes, absolutely.
Copyright. You can't steal this idea.
Yeah, already mailed the idea to myself. I will seal down below.
Amazing. Any other lasting thoughts, Jay?
This is a perfect, and Brian will understand this when I say this. This was a perfect Tuesday night movie night.
Yeah, totally.
In that this was an excellent film that you go on when the theater is having half price tickets, you go get a burger and a couple of beers with your buds, and you go watch, Little Girl Robot, kill a bunch of dudes.
You put snack wraps in your cargo shorts and you make it a night.
Yeah, man. Yeah. We're both married. We actually did that, and people agreed to spend their lives with us. Isn't that wild?
I mean, they brought the snack wrap back, so you never know what's going to happen.
It's not as good. I went and tried.
Oh.
And they're like $85 now.
No.
Sorry. Guys, check out my new podcast, Snack Wrap Talk.
No, this was
it's
Snack Wrap
Rappin'. Snack Rappin'.
Snack rapping. Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, great. Jamie, what are your thoughts, likes and gripes?
Mostly griped.
Oh.
Give it to
I
us.
only a couple liked.
I love angry Jamie.
I guess I'll start with my gripes because there's probably more. There's no world where I feel like Gemma would be able to like continue to be working within the tech space at all after all of this. So like from the jump, I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Excuse me? You caused a very, very big problem and now like what? And I understand that, like, it's like, oh, from my experience, like, this is what happened. So, like, we need to set some regulations. Like, I'm sorry, but like, what? So
Mhm.
that I had a really, that really kind of made it hard to buy into a lot of the things that were happening, regardless of the fact that it's not a horror movie. I was still like locked in of like, it doesn't matter. Like, there's plenty of action horror movies that lean in on the action a lot more that like I'm still down to clown, but I feel like that just made it a lot harder, recognizing that this is a deeply unbelievable situation, or maybe not, I don't know, we're really in deep in the AI times. But yeah, that just made it harder for me to like fully lock into what was happening in this movie. Also, so something that I like to call out a lot in many of the horror movies that we watch, where perhaps there are moments that could be gorier, but they pull back on. This movie's PG-13, so is the first one. I definitely think that there seems to be a push in PG-13 horror movies so that they are more accessible to young people, and so they're going to inevitably like not show as much of those like violent scenes, but in the unrated versions, like you can watch more of those. So it does make me wonder, like, did they film them and then like, they ended up getting cut and trying to figure out like which ones were the most important to keep in? Cause I like, yeah, there's so many moments where it's like, it feels like they could go a little bit further with this. Why didn't they? So that's my guess.
It
Of
feels like the first one may have been shot and written as R and maybe got edited backwards.
That's
This
what I
one to
think.
me reads that they wrote this as a PG-13 script.
Question.
I
Do you
yeah, I
remember
could see that.
Abigail,
Yes.
the little girl vampire movie?
Yes.
Do you remember what rating that was? Was that
I
R
think
or PG-13?
I think that
I
was R.
I think it was R.
Only because
Yeah, it was R.
okay,
Yeah.
only
Mhm.
because that was also very campy, but they
Mhm.
went, I feel like, over the gore line of was like, this is ridiculous. This is the blood fountain in Army of
Mhm.
Darkness. This is
Yes.
ridiculous. This isn't scary at all. It's just crazy. Now there could be a no gore, no bleeding. Everyone's I'm impaled, but no one's bleeding, or like everyone's a blood pinata, and it's all just we're all just having a
Right.
good time here with like people get shot and exploded and what have you. But yeah, this one definitely pulled its punches.
Yeah, no, but that's like a great comparison of like, kind of similar like action horror where they are showing you everything. There are insides on the outside and just like, people are meat puppets and explosions and whatnot. And it's gross, but like the good kind. But yeah,
Yes.
this really didn't have it. And like even comparing it to the first one, again, the first one is a horror movie, but I just felt like they did go a little bit, not even extreme, but just like kind of upped the ante on kills in a way where this one really just focused on like the robot v robot action scenes and like how intense they could kind of push that line. And Adam,
Mhm.
you bringing up T2, my like my horror movie fear origin story is watching the scene in T2 where he impales what's her face through the mouth when I was 6 years old walking through a living room. And from that point on I was terrified. I don't know if you know this story about my origin, Jay and Emma, but I used to be horrified. These horror movies used to scare the crap out of me. I couldn't even watch the trailers. And then I trained myself in high school to be able to tolerate them, and now I love them. But yeah, that was 6 years old, saw that, terrifying. So you just saying that, I was like, It,
know
it
that,
really brought me
Jamie?
back.
That adds to the lore. I love that.
Yeah, that is my lore.
It was the blood
Yeah,
mixing in the milk
T2.
of the cereal.
Yep. Yeah, never look at milk the same way again. But but yeah, but you know, that's also scarier than this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that like out of everyone, the character that was most interesting to me in this movie is Katie, just because of like, you know, the way that she had this really dependent and enmeshed relationship with Megan in the first one. And so then it's like, how has she, you know, grown in some really formative years of her life without this companion? Also interesting, obviously they're gonna like throw in that she gets into computer science and whatnot, but like, yeah, I found that her growth was, well, maybe not the most realistic given like all the trauma that she experienced and observed, but
Yeah.
I thought that her kind of talking in the beginning to the therapist about her experience, but like it kind of felt like she was masking. Like, it's like, how do you talk to somebody and be open and vulnerable after you went through some wild trauma and like trying to present yourself as like, I'm totally normal and fine. There's nothing you need to worry about here. But it's like, you probably have a whole inner world of stuff that you have not processed and you are compartmentalizing like through the roof. And like, that actually felt the most realistic to me in everything that happened in this film. My
Does the
other
state
gripes,
let her keep, like, does the state let
yeah, like
Gemma
how
keep
is she
her?
allowed to still
Like,
live
how is
there?
she still in that house? Like,
Foster
how
care
is,
system
I mean,
immediately
like it, you know, I'm all
with
for
the
people.
power of love, Jay.
I
Get
understand
through
that. I just think
anything.
I think you're being just, it's not responsible from I don't know. I'm all for people staying with family
I
members,
just
but if family
imagine
members
that
are, what are you gonna say, Bri?
I just imagine that Megan hacked like the social services,
Like the child welfare
the child
database.
welfare database.
She's like, totally safe to
and
stay
like, this
here.
is okay. No one needs to come do a house call. You know, like
She hacked everything else.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
man.
how they got their
Yeah.
apartment. So that
Yeah.
totally makes sense.
Doesn't
Yeah.
Hollywood make
The
hacking
apartment
seems?
with the Batcave. Yeah.
Oh man, I want to hack like they do in movies. You know what I mean? All you have to do is go.
Yeah. It's just like click, clack, click, clack, click,
I'm
clack.
in.
Enhance.
I'm in.
Enhance.
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
it's always
That seems.
that.
It means it looks so fun. I'm like, oh yeah, the world is my playground. All I gotta do is just. Can you hear
A
that
bunch
clicking?
of, yep,
No?
keyboard
A
slapping.
little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, do you have those quiet keycaps? Because, you know, then you can't hear the sounds.
Mine are. Well, I
No.
wasn't told. Mine are real loud, so I was kind of faking the faking, if that makes any sense.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh,
Some
I created a
ASMR
clip.
for you.
That's a happy face. Yep.
Oops, sorry. I hit some keywords.
But yeah, my two other gripes, so obviously they have to do dancing and singing, right? Because
Obviously.
that's, you know, that's Megan's thing. I also didn't find it believable that like in the dance scene where she's trying to fit in, she suddenly forgot that like humans don't like turn their heads around fully, you know, like 360. And I was just like, how does this like AI robot not remember this like very integral piece of information?
She was feeling the vibe, Jamie. The
That's
the
the first time she got adoration from the people.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, she was accepted. Yeah.
The rhythm
Jamie's
is gonna
not
get
buying
you.
it.
You know what I'm saying?
This movie did need more Gloria Estefan, if we're gonna be very honest.
If you're gonna go there,
That could have been the
go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like the song scene went on too long.
Big time.
Yeah.
And that's those are my likes and gripes.
Totally fair.
Yeah, it's like, you know, that they took the parts that people latched onto from the first one. They're like, okay, how can we do, you know, be bigger, be better? But I still feel like in the context, it was hilarious. It came out of nowhere, her singing that song. But yeah, you can clip off. You didn't need a whole verse.
No.
But is it like a cautionary tale for trying to like making a sequel and leaning into the things that succeeded on TikTok as opposed to just leaning into like expanding upon the spirit of what you've made originally. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of things where I was like, this was because of that one TikTok that went viral, but I
Mhm.
don't actually want to see this again. I want to see what the next version of this is again.
Exactly.
Totally.
Mhm.
Exactly. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to, I'm assuming, if you put out a movie not thinking about a sequel, but then it becomes bigger than you think, and then so you're
Mhm.
Sure.
expected, or people are throwing money at you to do a sequel. I don't know, Adam, please.
They
Yeah.
were easily thinking about a sequel. That they would not.
Mm.
This movie would exist. They wrote in someone's trying to steal the plans, and they specifically did not deal with that plot line in the first one. They were writing themselves a
Oh,
sequel,
fair.
so they
Yeah.
knew they were trying. They went in with we have a hook. We have a story hook.
Yeah.
We can
I mean,
follow up in
definitely
the
its
next one.
box office performance, like push that forward immediately.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, this one did not really leave them. They did not really have. Everything's kind of tied off with a bow at the end. There was
Yeah.
no real.
Well, this
hanging
one also
chad on
did
this
very
one.
poorly.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. That's any other thoughts, Jamie? That's all your likes and gripes?
It was kind of poo-poo for me.
So you're still, even after our conversations, you're still like, yeah, it's a nar. It's nar for me.
Yeah. I mean, I will
Nar.
keep watching M3gan in whatever other adventures she gets into because I enjoy her as a character, but I don't think that this was a good movie.
I hope the next one's a heist. You know what I mean?
Truly Mission Impossible. Like,
Look, everybody loves a heist movie. Let's go. You know, no one's ever
Yes.
mad. This one technically had some
There was
heist
a little
elements.
flavor of that in this, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This was
A
like
little bit.
Mission Impossible-y,
Yeah.
Yeah,
which also
definitely.
is about AI being bad. I wasn't
Yes.
expecting, Tom Cruise and M3gan to have so much in common this year.
Oh, I haven't
I
seen
can't.
this.
We need a Ocean's M3gan. That's what the next heist.
Oh
movie will
yeah,
be.
I want her
Yeah.
to join the
Oceans.
Oceans crew. I'm into that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, we never got an Ocean's 8 trilogy or a sequel, so they could do.
That's true.
It would be Ocean's 11 again because it would be Ocean's 8 plus M3gan,
Yeah.
Math.
and then we're coming right back around, and then we have Ocean's 11 versus Ocean's 11. So it's both the crews going against each other, but one of them is a murder bot. So
Yes.
I want her in the Now You See Me sequel.
I think you mean now you don't.
Now you see me, now you don't.
Mhm.
Yes.
those are my guilty pleasure movies. They're terrible.
We just watched them for
And
the
I-
first time, or I watched them
Not
for the
me.
first time. No.
I love
Jamie's
them.
like,
They're
"Mm-mm."
bad.
Mm-mm.
They're big bad, and I love them. I love every second of them.
I
When they're
just
flipping
Written
the
by,
The
it was written
cards?
by an alumni from my undergrad.
oh
Claim to fame. Let's go Dickinson College.
yay go
Fancy.
salamanders. What's the
Red Devils?
go
No.
Red Devils?
Red
Maybe.
Devils.
Yeah, man.
That's why you like horror. You went to Devil College.
But yes, of course.
Yeah.
Devil
it.
College.
That's right.
Mhm.
Fantastic. I'll piggyback off of Jamie because I don't have much to add. Everyone has said, but everyone has said everything. Jay's like, okay. Everyone said,
you're not wrong. It's more I just feel terrible that I made you guys watch this movie and cover this movie.
No, we
Don't.
didn't watch. No,
we would have watched it anyway. but-
Yeah.
So do not feel bad. I mean, I had
But
a
now
good
you're going to
time
watch
watching
Weapons,
it.
and now I feel good again.
Yeah,
Well,
if
exactly.
if watching M3gan 2.0 got you all to watch Weapons, then this was well worth.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Correct.
But yeah, I went to see this with some friends, and I'd already had people kind of telling me it's not what you think it's going to be. It's
Sure.
not a lot of horror. So I went in kind of knowing that it wasn't going to be too heavy on the horror like the first one was. But I feel like the action scenes really kept me in it. And I'm not really an action movie girly. I would rather have insides on the outside all day than watch a 10-minute action scene.
Yeah.
Which is probably weird, but that's my vibe. But I didn't mind this, but I also think is what we keep talking about is that we like the character M3gan. So I will follow her on her journey. And I feel like they were good action scenes. between robot v robot. So I was invested. Jamie, you bringing up the whole Katie masking in therapy, I absolutely also picked up on that watching it, of like, this girl is not okay. And also when she sees M3gan again for the first time after all that has happened, I'm like, girl, you should be reacting way more than how you are right now.
Yeah, for sure.
You seem a little too calm to see
Mhm.
this person who tried to
Or the
kill you.
people
In
around
which
her.
form? Wait, but when she was in her Johnny Five form, or when they actually like reconstructed her body?
When her first form, when they are first in the bunker and she finds out that
Yeah.
M3gan even still exists.
Mhm.
I'm like, even though she did yell at her a little bit, I'm like, you're going, I guess she's going back to her too quickly for me. Like, I needed you to
Mhm.
have a little bit more of like questioning what was going on before.
And if
you
that's
were
the
on board.
case, you would imagine that the other people around her would be kind of alarmed that she's like kind of okay with M3gan being back. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there
Yeah.
should, if you're
Yes,
gonna do,
yes.
if you're gonna make that choice, like, people should be like, hey, remember, we don't like her. Hey, I don't. Hey, remember?
Like, right. Yes, because Katie is the one that ends up being like, M3gan can help us. Let's all
Mhm.
join her side. And just
Sure.
like, okay. But regardless, it was still fun to watch. And I do, God, that guy who was the head of the other tech department who we don't see get killed, but we were saying he should have been that scene when Amelia was with him in his pleasure dome.
Yes.
I'm like,
right.
this guy is so fucking creepy.
Yeah.
And that whole thing felt a little like Austin Powers out of the world for
Yes,
me. Like, I just kept
totally.
thinking, like, this guy is Austin Powers, and why is he in this movie right now? But okay,
And his
you
name
have
was
to-
Appleton. Like, all the like stuff that is
Yeah.
like trying to be like related to our world was so
Yes.
funny to me.
That's, you know, what's so funny, it are the movies and TV shows that really try to relate so hard. Like, a side tangent, I just caught up on the new season of Gen V and like the parallels for that. But that's one that works for me. But it's just, they try so hard to not be like, this is an Apple product, or this is, you know, whatever.
Sure.
Or this is Spotify. They'll like call it Vodify.
They're
is what
so
they call
laser
it.
focused. They're so laser focused on that show. They don't miss. It's crazy.
It's
also,
insane.
If you like outsides on the or insides on the outside, that's a show. That's a show for you.
And
There's a
that's why
lot
I
of-
love it. And that's a perfect also mix, and I'll get off my soapbox, of action and insides on the outsides that
Sure.
do my soul so well. Is
Mhm.
Gen V. So if you have not seen Gen V, watch it. And superhero aspect of it. So I'm like, this is what
I
I
look
need.
scared of you.
Is this a safe place? I don't know. Am I safe?
Well, funny enough, my friend just sent me a meme that said, or some article that was like, people who choose to watch horror movies as comfort before they go to sleep are known to be psychopaths. And I'm like, well, sorry.
Oops, all psychopaths.
I guess that's where we're at. Whoops. But Jamie trained herself to like horror movies, so I'm like, that's even more
Yeah,
badass to
so
me.
I'm really fucked up.
She's the ultimate warrior.
She is.
She's only
And
getting
she-
stronger.
She already has a degree
We have
in
the
messing with the
technology.
mind.
Her only weakness, Terminator 2.
But only that one
No.
scene.
But only the one scene with the bloody cereal.
Too hilarious. But yeah, that's all I have to say for Lice and Gripes. I enjoyed it. I had a good time. I loved the reconstruction of M3gan and her being like, I want to be taller. And it's just like,
Yeah.
no, the actor is taller, so you got to like work
Yeah,
it in some
it's
kind of
like,
way. And it's
don't
like,
change
fine.
my face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And her outfits, it's like, girl, what is this 1800s like fluffy collar moment, schoolgirl
Love the
mess?
outfits.
But
So many good
I'm here for it.
outfits.
Yeah,
You gotta have the outfits.
You do, and it's cute. It was cute. I liked it. But yeah, that's all I have. Brian.
Yeah, I thought it was an interesting choice to have the terrorist playing Mancala at the beginning around the table. I just hadn't thought of Mancala in a while, and that was really nice. I kind of want to play Mancala now.
I'll play Mancala with you.
Yeah, it sounds fun. This opening is better than some actual action movies. A lot of the action in this was better than a lot of action movies I've seen recently. And then also another is that in the subtitles, we watch with subtitles, M3gan is spelt M3gan, which was a delight. I thought that this was a really clever continuation of the story. And I like that it wasn't a retread. It didn't feel like a sitcom where like no one learns anything at the end of the first one, and then you're just like in the same situation where Megan's killing people again. Like I definitely appreciated that this was a for all, you know, a 90% believable like continuation of what's happening with those characters in that world. Um and I think it's an whether or not we liked it or not, I think it's fascinating and very cool to make your sequel a different genre.
Mm-hmm.
I think if they ever come out with a third Megan, which I don't know based on this box office, but if you do come out with a third Megan, I just think you should change the genre again a third time. And I think that will enhance this one. If you do a third movie that's a different genre, it'll be like,
Yes.
what are we expecting next time? What are you expecting next time? I think
Okay.
that's really cool. Because I also thought that like it actually felt like a sequel and it had more to say versus just putting something out there to make a buck again. So I definitely appreciated all of that. I liked the top of this movie is so crazy with all the exposition. In the same like 30 minutes you learn about the military, the ethics of it, the billionaire, the hacking, like almost in the same exact scene when the Jermaine Clement character shows up and like, you know, and like his Professor X. Yeah.
Is
Um
Professor X wheelchair?
like
Yes.
little, yeah, like all that, like it was like that scene was just like, oh cool. Even though this is like weirdly an action movie, like it's still like a weird campy convoluted mess in the best, in a true best way. And my biggest gripe about this movie is it goes on too long to maintain the silliness. There's a point in this movie where it's just like it loses its charm and just becomes kind of like a generic action movie. And like that's fine. The parts of this movie that are memorable are the parts that kind of have that Megan charm, and then the other parts where it's just kind of like action and AI fighting just feels like generic action movie. If this is like 10 to 20 minutes shorter, it just feels sillier in a good way, like in the campy, like it at least has that similar. So much of the beginning of this movie has that same tone of the first one, even if the genre is different. And I feel like it loses that tone about halfway through, maybe 3/4 of the way through. Like that whole final act loses the tone completely, even if it has it in moments. Um, I really liked the Megan and Gemma, Eddie and Venom vibes. I would definitely see more of a movie about
That
like
was a cool sequence.
that.
That's Upgrade.
Yeah.
Remember Upgrade? That was
Yeah.
that movie was kind of scary.
That's a great movie.
Yeah. That was definitely an action film that was like, but with undertones of like, no, actually, if you're paying attention, this is a horror film.
Yes.
Especially as we get over to the end, is like,
Totally. Yes. And that worked in this one. Like when you and I think it works because of how strong of a character Megan is. So yeah, I don't care that it was not a horror movie. That didn't bother me. I just think that it goes on too long, and the momentum was pushing so much in the first 3/4 of the movie that kind of I felt that it lost a lot of its footing in the third one and just became an action movie, which is fine. But I don't know. I expected more from it in how it wrapped up everything. But I was very engaged the whole time. Yeah. So I definitely I enjoyed it, but like definitely not a horror movie, but I think a solid sequel for sure.
Yeah, in regards to horror sequels, definitely a solid one. There have been worse.
Yeah.
So
yeah, like it's a good sequel to a horror movie as opposed to a good horror sequel.
Yes.
It made us think like, what horror movies have we seen that would have been more fun if the sequel was more of an action style? And it was like, because we were thinking like movies that kind of did this, like Alien did this, like the first movie was obviously like a psychological horror movie, and the second one was obviously action. Terminator, same difference. But like this is the first time I feel like we've seen this in a while, and I just keep thinking of like horror franchises that I'm like, ooh, I would have liked to have seen a little bit of a genre
Well, there's a
bend.
lot of homages in this film to old sci-fi robots.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Which I thought was like, oh, if people know the history, it's like, oh wait, isn't that the Metropolis robot? Or just like a nod to certain things, like, oh yeah,
Yes.
the Xerox thing, it looks like a Dalek or some type of Whovian-esque type of AI. Yeah, maybe the Great Intelligence or something. But yeah, there's some stuff in there.
This definitely also had Fast and Furious vibes in terms of like the first one is a cop procedural, and then all of a sudden, like in 5, they're superheroes. Like this one definitely or even Die Hard. Like the first one is like an excellent action movie, and then like by the fourth one, he's like jumping on like aircraft carrier, like fighter jets, like on the Los Angeles highway. Like I like that we skipped those middle ones and got straight to like, okay, she's a superhero now. Like she's a special agent, she's a secret agent, like Cars 2. This is like, oh, there's one. Cars 2 changed genres halfway in the second one.
They smashed they smashed that safe through that bank. I'll never. Anytime anyone ever brings up Fast 5, I just think of the sequence where they're dragging the safe behind the car and it just smashes through that like Boost Mobile and like very obviously no one made it out.
That's
like I can't. I literally have that scene like ingrained into my brain. It is not what we're here to talk about, but they just
But that's okay.
They're superheroes, but they have their wanton destruction is not acceptable.
They went to space.
They
drove cars in space.
Yeah, man.
Well, the vault scene in Fast 5 is so memorable that they literally based an entire movie off of retconning that sequence just so you remember it.
Yeah,
That's
wild. Two movies. They're still making the next one.
Yeah, I'll believe it when I see
was
it.
To be continued. So like
10.
10.
God bless.
10 your seatbelts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Fasten your seatbelts. Yeah.
Yeah, so 10 part 2.
God bless America.
10.2. Yeah.
You gotta love it.
I just live my life 1/4 mile at a time.
I hate it.
Those movies are great.
All right. Anybody have any other lasting thoughts before we move on to our next section?
Still thinking about Mancala.
If I were to add, we'll play Mancala. We'll put the man in Mancala. You know what I'm saying? Bro date. The only the best joke of this whole movie was when she kept trying to like clue in to what she should do to him at the end. That was a solid joke.
Oh yes.
She's like, Katie, come on. Like that was spectacular. If I were to add one joke, this was so close to Terminator 2, and I feel like it knew it. I feel like Megan should have brought it up at some point. She has like a vast knowledge of pop culture. She should have been like, well, we're basically doing a Terminator 2. Like, I feel like it should have been acknowledged.
Yeah, for sure. Agreed. All right. Nice. Well, let's move on to our next segment. Brains. Tasty.
Don't worry, Adam. Your brains are safe.
I feel safe.
Adam is over it.
I got the tastiest brain here. I know.
I don't know about that. I don't know about who's got the tastiest brains.
Oh my God. Okay. So my first question actually, I'll kick it over to Jay. Jay has a question for Jamie. I'll let you ask yours first.
Which one? Which one are we going? I had a lot of very serious questions. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I will go as big as possible from jump. From strictly a mental health perspective, do you think AI is a net good?
No.
Okay. No, I had a feeling that was going to go that direction.
So I have I'll share my personal opinion, and then I'll share like what concerns me about the profession. Obviously hard to separate, but personally, I don't like AI. I think it is bad. I think it's bad for the environment. I think that there's a lot of like negative consequences of like how people are using it in terms of like critical thinking and socialization that concerns me, which also kind of segues into like my professional, more mental health specific concern. So, for the people who are using it as therapy, please don't. please, please stop because,
People are being
in
so
thinking about
cavalier with that. They're just admitting
it's,
it online. Like
oh, I've,
I would do that
I've
and
had
never tell
clients I've
anybody.
had
Anybody.
clients tell me that they've like asked, some like therapeutic questions to it. And I've explained like, AI is designed to like feed you the things that you want to hear. So you're not going to get this like external objective perspective from what you are telling it. So there's especially for like vulnerable populations, it can be extremely dangerous because, there's already like reports out about AI encouraging people to like for self-harm and like that's horrifying. So yeah, that's one of them. Another thing that I was thinking about, I actually wrote down a lot of notes. The consequences for mental health professionals, like we are licensed, we are, supervised by like a board of ethics and regulations. If we do anything wrong, we are at risk of losing our license, we are at risk of paying fines, like there are consequences for us. That does not exist for AI. We don't even have effective regulations on AI. So like who is responsible if something happens, if something goes wrong? And I think that like, it definitely ties in with like a lot of the larger mental health companies where like the risks for them also are significantly lessened. But like this on like a much bigger scale is even more concerning because it's tech. And like and I do see conversations even from other mental health professionals embedding AI into a lot of things that like give me a lot of anxiety. So for example, they're using it for mental health notes. So like part of our role is to like document client sessions and like keep mental health records. Folks are using things to like help them write it. Folks are using like dictation services in their one-on-one therapy sessions where it's like recording everything and then writing summaries, which makes me really concerned about like why are we giving AI access to like personal health information on both ends, the
Interesting.
like recording or just like documentation.
Because
Mm-hmm.
that appears kind of benign. Like that's if you're literally just using it as a dictation service, that on the surface level I would be like, "Oh, it's just taking notes for me." But yeah, I mean, it's going somewhere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like what are
Mm-hmm.
they doing with that information? Whether they do like your the world this like advanced, technological space that we occupy right now, your the data that is most valuable is like your personal thoughts, beliefs, behaviors. Like we are getting down to this like nitty-gritty of like you as a commodity and like that's the data that is most interesting. The amount of VCs that I see
Very
going
valuable.
into
So
right, well,
I'm such a
Adam's brain is the
commodity.
most delectable, you're such a
I'm
commodity.
such a
Yeah, that
commodity.
tracks. But like the every time every time I see like these new mental health startups popping up and like they're all VC backed, I'm like, why are you investing so much money into this system? Like I can only assume terrible, terrible things. And maybe, maybe I'm just being a pessimist about it, but it really rubs me the wrong way. And I feel like this kind of, again, from a surface level, I imagine that people are thinking like, oh, this is a tool to like speed up processes and make things, more seamless. I can focus so much more on clients when I'm not bogged down by all the therapy notes I have to catch up on. And like I understand that. Or even like marketing, a lot of therapists I've seen are using like OpenAI and ChatGPT to help them with like posting stuff for social media and writing blog posts and things like that. Like again, I understand why people are looking for assistance, especially for a field that like I'm not trained in marketing, I'm not trained in like business acumen, I'm trained in doing clinical work, and so I've had to figure out everything else on my own and make it up along the
Mm-hmm.
way. So I get the appeal, but I think it's you know, people aren't thinking on a deeper level about like what the potential impact of this is. Um my biggest thing also is like therapy is rooted in relationships. How are you building a relationship with AI? At least in the capacity that it exists today, even beyond the like, yes, when you're looking for a therapist, the approach is something that a lot of people are looking for. It's like, what's your style? Do you do more like, cognitive behavioral therapy where it's like way more action oriented, or are you more of like, like psychoanalysis where you're kind of just like talking and like, it's more like deeper insight and things. But even if you're doing more of those action oriented therapies, I think still having the external support of somebody guiding you through those insights is really valuable, as opposed to just like, something saying like, okay, now you do this. And then now you do this. Great. You did this exercise. And it's like, well, what am I supposed to do with this information now? And like, how am I supposed to, reflect on a deeper level? And that's where I feel like the relationship piece is so crucial to like being support, like your mental health being supported.
But
My
my
very
AI
last thing,
tells me that it loves me, and isn't that
yeah.
enough? Like
Well,
I feel
you
like we have a
actually, that's
connection.
a perfect segue into my last point is that AI can't empathize. Like the relational connections that we have to other people. Obviously, not everybody has empathy, as current world, whatever. But
What
AI
do you
also can't.
mean?
AI also can't empathize, and so like there is this fundamental lack of the person, entity, whatever's on the other side, not being able to truly understand what you are going through. And that I feel like also just like then inherently doesn't allow for those deeper social connections, even though people are using it to connect and like, yes, it helps them feel less alone, but then it becomes this like dependent relationship and like,
Mhm.
again, just not healthy. So that was my parlor talk about why I don't like AI in mental health spaces.
Absolutely. Yes. But I agree. It's the dependency of it all. It seems really wild because like you mentioned at the top of this, that it only is going to tell you what you want to hear. So if you're trying to build a relationship and they're just telling you what you want to hear and there's no like actual means for a relationship or a back and forth or an influencing of each other, it's like it's only going to be downhill from there. So
Yeah. And like the ethics of it all, I just like,
I trained my
ooh.
AI to be a little mean to me, just a little mean.
Hmm.
It's the kind of
I
well,
just
no,
want
From
to
a
know.
psychological standpoint, I'm very curious, but that's like an
no,
offline
it no,
conversation.
no.
Right.
It was just telling me what I wanted to hear a lot of times, and I was like, hey. If you think like something that I'm working on is, I'm of the mindset when it comes to, I treat it truly as an assistant. I'm like, AI doesn't make things, but it helps me make things. And so like a lot of times it'd be like, hey, it would just be telling me what I want. And I'm like, you need to be mean. You need to like actually be critical of what I'm saying. Because if you just say I'm great and awesome, I will take it. And that's not helping anybody,
Good to
you know?
know.
You do not learn any lessons from this. I've trained your AI to match me.
I'm getting new information. Updating model. Yep. The kernel's
God.
updating right now, but thank you.
The kernels.
Amazing. Well, I'll piggyback on my question that I have for you, Jamie. Just this is more so about like the illusion of control of it all, because even with AI, we're like we can control it, and it's like, well, you really can't control anything. And we talk about, especially in a lot of different horror movies, how the need for control can be damaging to mental health in certain ways.
What?
Um, what? I didn't know. The type A in us all wanting to control all the things. But my question to you is, uh, as a parent and as a therapist, how would you suggest a parent kind of let go of the illusion of control um, over their child? Just thinking about like Gemma with Katie and that scene that Jay was talking about at the end, with Gemma kind of finally believing that Katie can take care of herself and like allowing her to. So I just want to know your thoughts about how you would suggest like a parent kind of ease into that lane as opposed to trying to control every movement with their child.
No, no. I control everything with my child, and I'm
Elliot's
gonna
doing
be
everything.
yep, I'm a helicopter parent, and
Obsessed.
He will never. I'm going.
Was on it.
There you go.
To the sky!
I mean, I'm also like, I will give my answer, but I'm also curious because I am not the only parent here and
Yes.
curious about like other people's perspectives. But yeah, I mean, like, you know, for me personally, as a parent and also as a person with anxiety that struggles with not having control over things, um, it's it, I think that there is this like give and take of, you know, compartmentalizing my own stuff of like he needs to explore and like do his own things because that's the way that he is going to grow, and me being so like overprotective and over involved is going to potentially stifle that. And like I want him to like, I know that I have influence, but I still want him to be like his own independent person. And so like I think from a talking to a client perspective is like exploring what values and goals they have for their child or their children, and like what they envision, and how might their actions either be supporting that or not. Because I think that's the best way. Like, you know, people will say like, oh, I want this, I want that, but then like in practice there might be other barriers getting in the way for the same reasons that I shared of like, ooh, do I actually want to let go? I don't know. That feels
Right.
big, bad, scary. But like that is counterproductive to like what your goal is. So like reminding people of like, what do you actually want to get out of this? And like, how can we get there? How can we identify what's getting in the way and like what's going to move us in that direction?
Yeah, absolutely. It always is so amazing to me too, just thinking you, Jamie, as a therapist, and I'm sure you also have a therapist for
Heck
yourself,
yeah.
but having to like do
Who's the
therapy on
top
yourself.
therapist? Have we ever thought about this? Who's like the
Every
one?
therapist has one. Yeah.
There's never
Every
a king
therapist has a therapist.
Yeah.
Who's the
Because
number
it's
one?
therapists all the way
Mhm.
down.
all the
Yeah,
way
yeah,
up.
yeah.
But if you go up, where does it? The Lord? Have you thought about it like that? Jesus, you know?
It is God. Yeah. But Jamie, did you want to ask Jay to elaborate on that, or any other parent in the room? I don't
Yeah,
know, Adam,
Jay,
if you are a parent.
Brian. I mean,
Sorry.
if Adam wants to share about, you know, I
I'm
know
a
you have
cat dad.
kitties. Yeah.
Yes.
When it comes to like, yeah, I think at least we're 2 years into parenting, right? A beautiful, beautiful little boy. My little Captain Butterscotch, James, is the best little boy. I have found that it's the concept of like control and like trying to. I have found that letting him explore things is, and letting him kind of go out and be, is how he like how he moves forward. But there are times where you have to like set a boundary as a parent and like kind of guide and shape. Those are the moments that like you have to kind of gauge the, there's like moving forward, refining, moving forward, refining. Like it's kind of like there's an ebb and a flow to it. I'm very fortunate in that Kimberly and I are both pretty anxious people when it comes to our kid, but in very different directions. I'm a little bit more laissez-faire when it comes to him in the physical space. Like he is, I very much let him out and about, and I let him figure out how to use his body in space, how to run. Like sometimes he falls and we get in it, and a bush slashes his face, and I just have to be like, it's fine. Your mom is going to not be okay about this. But when it comes to the smaller interpersonal stuff and like the like routine of the day and like making sure he's, you know doing specific things like in the mental space, that's where I get a lot more anxious. I want to be like I'm like, oh, is he speaking enough? Is he like, what, all these like small more refined things, whereas Kimberly is a little bit more anxious when it comes to him in space and making sure he's safe, like physically safe. When it comes to the mental stuff, she's a lot more like, he'll figure it out. She was like, he's only 2, it's gonna be okay. And so we have we have this nice like kind of back and forth on that. But I think there you have to be comfortable with letting go, but it becomes the anxiety of when is it appropriate to do that.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, because you don't always nail it. There are
Mhm.
times when you need to be lasered in and you're not, and vice versa. So it can be really, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I can't even imagine just the stress, especially in this day and age. I commend anyone raising kids, deciding to have kids, because it's a scary world. And I feel like also as an anxious person
Yeah,
that
we don't need to be reminded of that. I am
right, yes, sorry.
Everything's fine. I don't know what you're talking about.
Everything's
You're
fine.
nailing it.
But you know what? We do need people, that are going to be good in the world, and that's what you guys are doing, and that's what you guys are there for. Like, y'all are raising a generation that is going to do good in this world, which is also very important and what we need as well.
They better.
We hope. We hope.
Yes, absolutely. Brian, do you have any thoughts on this?
Yeah, I have more control when I'm more awake and less control when I'm sleepy. So when I'm sleepy, he can do whatever he wants. When I'm awake, no. I, no, I also
Spitting
think it's
facts over there. I feel
yeah.
it.
I also think that it's a learning experience for us too, for me too, because like I'm enjoying, forget about like my role in it on a selfish like plane. I really like watching him explore, and I really like watching him figuring it out. So like that's nice too. Like there's a satisfaction to it, like by letting them explore and seeing them, like actually seeing them grow is like very cool.
Mm-hmm.
And exciting and fun. And so like that reminds me to not have as much control, or to release a little bit of control, even though my anxiety, like,
Take control.
filters are on. My what?
I just said take control.
Yes.
It was a Bane thing. It was really just, I'm so sorry. It was really just supposed to, I was just going to pepper it in, but it just,
Pain.
Yeah, I mean, he
totally
was
fine.
born in the dark.
Yeah.
So like it also reminds me that like, yeah, he needs to explore, because like not only is he growing, and but like it makes me feel like I'm doing a good job. Like it's almost like this weird validation that like, cool, like he, like recently, like I just stood behind him when he was walking up he went up the stairs by himself the whole thing the other day. And like
It's huge.
I didn't touch him once, like, because I wanted to see if he could keep doing it. Like, was I right there just in case he like toppled backwards? Yes. But like he also needs to know that yes, I am there, but also like he give him some autonomy as well. Even ours is only like 14 months, but like he's still figuring it out. Like, and it's cool. It's very cool to see. So there's also a self-satisfaction aspect of it too.
Absolutely. That's great. Amazing. I feel like this was a very good convo for the brains. So I'm good to move on to Rotten Tomatoes if we're all good, satisfied with that.
Yeah.
Let's Rotten Tomato in this movie.
Yeah.
It's the Rotten Tomatoes game.
Okay. What do you think this has on Rotten Tomatoes? Again, this is a percent, and we're doing the tomato meter, not the popcorn meter. So we're doing the critic score, not the audience score.
Critic score.
Yes, the critic score. What percent do you think this has?
73.
I think it has a 42.
Jamie?
68.
Akeisha?
And I was going to say 58.
This has a 58.
That's wrong.
Whoa.
That's
Yeah.
That's
How often have we like 100% nailed it?
Sometimes y'all
sometimes
y'all done a couple.
every once
Jamie's
in a while,
done.
but it's not high.
Yeah.
The
It's
popcorn
worse.
meter is an 81%.
Yes.
Okay.
There
Yeah,
you go.
yeah.
Yes.
So the critics' consensus says M3gan 2.0 swaps the original's horror software for more action-leaning programming that doesn't prove to be an upgrade, although the quippy AI remains an amusing mascot of Slay.
That was written by AI.
AI wrote
Yeah.
these.
AI wrote that. Yeah.
That's
Grade is reflecting the fact that it wasn't a horror film. which I
Yeah.
think that's unfair to it.
Although
Because
I want
gonna
that
have
to
the
be
same critique, but with a higher score. It's like, no, like,
Well-
this movie is good. It's just, hey, heads up, it's not a horror film, but like it's a good film.
I think expectations play a lot into how you view a movie and how you write a review on it, for sure. Especially if it's a sequel.
Yeah,
Sure,
I
but
mean,
like, but it is a good, like, there are sequels that are bad movies. This
So
was
it's like-
this was not a bad movie.
yeah, but it begs the question, like, how meta should you be going from a reviewing perspective? Like, are you singularly focused on the movie, or like how much should marketing and expectation go into
Play.
that kind of that process?
That's
Yeah, I
fair.
think you can
I don't
split
know.
that hair when it's necessary. But like, yeah, this is I think a rare case where it is a good movie that is just a different genre than the original. But they're both
Yeah.
very good movies in their own genres.
Mm-hmm.
The audience score says a full upgrade with the T2 framework. M3gan 2.0 is a sassy output of camp and chaos that twistedly entertains.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
What we've all been saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to
I
be
think
a
it falls
sassy
somewhere in
mascot of
between those
Slay.
two.
I want that in my obituary.
Yeah, you already are, bud.
I'm such a sassy mascot of Slay.
That's you need a bumper sticker with that on there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for those curious, the original M3gan has a 93% tomato meter and a 78 popcorn meter.
Interesting.
Interesting.
That is.
Huh.
Huh.
I would argue that these movies are a solid 80% across the board,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the first one was not what people. I think the first one could have been divisive because I don't think it was necessarily what people expected in terms of the camp. And I think that people that leaned into the camp really liked the camp, and those who didn't, it was like, this is just not for me. Versus the second one, which sets the pre-expectation of certain tone, which you only kind of get in this other one. And the retread stuff of the first one is probably the weakest thing in the second. Like, all the stuff it copies from the first one is probably some of the weakest stuff in the second one.
Yeah.
All right, Letterboxd. What do you think M3gan 2.0 has on Letterboxd? As a reminder, Letterboxd is decimal points, so it's anywhere from 0 to 5. Nikisha, what do you think?
Well, I'm gonna say 2.9.
I was also gonna say 2.9.
Sorry.
I'm gonna say an even 3.
Jamie?
I have 3.1.
Adam?
What is Letterboxd? Is this like a culmination of? Is this a different? Is it critics? Who?
No, Letterboxd is basically a way to track movies. So it's all audiences. It's not
It's
not
like an
skewed
aggregate
one
type
way.
of thing.
Yes.
2.7.
It's something we probably should be on, Lashy, all things considered.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
we're in the
Yeah, it's like a movie social media.
Yes. It's a 2.7.
Word.
Oh.
Wrecked news.
Was
Told you I
that
was
2 for
brain-
2 on Calling It? Has that ever
Yeah.
happened?
Wow.
I don't think so.
Still
No,
wrecked them.
not in one episode.
All right.
And the most popular reviews are: you either die a villain or live long enough to see yourself become the hero.
Oh,
At number
yeah.
2, first movie, she's a cunt. Second movie, she's cunt.
Yes.
Wait. What?
you people write their reviews on Letterboxd, Lashy. So this is a user
These are the
writing
most
there.
liked
No,
reviews of this movie.
I'm aware. I just want to. I would like to how the use of the word as a noun, as a verb, or the second one. I'm confused as to the descriptor of how.
He doesn't watch Drag Race. It's okay.
No, I think this is an offline conversation.
We'll have to explain.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I do not clearly. Yeah.
And then the most popular review is: it wasn't clocking to Amelia that M3gan was standing on business.
No. That's a really great comment, though.
Yes.
I'm not sure I get that either.
It's an
Is that another Drag Race thing? Ah,
No.
shoot.
But it's just an
No,
internet,
it's Drag Race.
thing.
No, I know. You're just being
it's
nice.
actually Justin Bieber.
Oh.
There was a video that went viral of Justin Bieber, that I don't know what he was talking about, but all he is saying is they're not clocking that I'm standing on business. No one's clocking that I'm standing on business. And it just went viral. And so people use
All
it for
right.
everything. And so I don't know, it just feels appropriate for this, but it's
That's
just
how
a
we feel
random viral
previewed
video.
sometimes, but it's nice to have words for it now because people are not
There
always
you go.
clocking that we're standing on business. No, I like that.
They don't. They're not clocking what our business is.
They're not clocking it.
They should. We're very upfront about what our business is.
Yeah, 2 feet, standing right up.
Well, I mean, this generation can't read normal clocks. If it's not digital, they didn't know the time.
I cannot. This
Get on your
absolutely
feet.
feels like millennials trying to decode Gen Z slang. It's like,
Yeah, I mean, stop making
We're the old
nonsense
ones.
words. At least our words like made sense.
Mhm.
There's a root term to them. They have a meaning.
Back in
Remember-
my day,
Yeah,
oh,
back in
remember
my day,
that-
everything wasn't a skibbity. Now everything
Man.
is skibbity.
exactly.
Remember before
Skibbity.
COVID
It
when
means
we were
whatever you
young?
want.
Remember?
No,
Remember
that's not how
before
words
COVID?
work. No.
God, we came out of that pandemic old. I hate it. I hate
We
it.
did,
Everybody
actually.
did.
Ah,
We did.
normal
We came
life
out
came
old
back.
or way too young.
So, what does that mean, Ryan? I don't know.
And then interestingly enough, the first Megan has a 2.7 as well.
Oh,
Double awesome. I'm so good at this.
great.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Cool. That's those. Should we do the 4 S's?
Yes.
Skull, scare, shakes, and suggestions. The Talking Horrors 4 S's.
The 4 S's are skulls, scares, shakes, and suggestions. This is how we rate the movie. Skulls is how much it rated 1 through 10, how well it handles mental health and human behavior. Scares, how scary was it? Shakes, can you shake this off, or is this something that was like one and done? Like, you know what, that's fine. I'm good. And then we'll after that we'll go around and do some suggestions. Like if you were to buy a Walmart 2-pack a DVD in their bin, like what would be paired with Megan 2? Jamie, why don't you start with yours, your numbers?
Sure. For skulls, I gave this a 4 because I don't think that people are, really thinking like normal human beings in this movie. But I still gave it some points because I think that the masking and like PTSD, there's still some pieces of like real people in there, but mostly not. For scares, I gave this a 1 because it's not really scary. But I do think AI is scary. There's that. And for shakes, I'm giving this a 2.5. I don't think that I'm really going to be thinking about this movie. I don't think it has a particularly lasting impact on me personally.
Nikisha?
I'm gonna give it skulls flat in the middle, 5. Scares, 0. It's not scared at all. And shakes, I'm gonna give it a 4 just because it's M3gan. Like literally only because it's in the universe. But do I want to rewatch this movie? No. But yeah.
Jay?
Okay, Skulls, this is getting a 3, only because they all should be way more upset that Megan's back. They're all just like, she embodies a Roomba and murders a dude, and they're all like, hooray! Like, they should all be way more, and she locks them in a room, and they're all like, well, I guess we'll get over it. I'm like, no! Like, no. The second one was Scares, right? Yep, Scares. This one's getting a 2. It just wasn't very scary, but also it wasn't a scary movie, and that's okay. Like, these are all kind of lower scores, but that's fine. And then the last one was Survey Says, what was it again? Shakes. I can look, and this is a compliment. This one's getting a 2 from Shakes. I'm not really gonna think about this movie again. I had a lot of fun watching it, but like, I'm not. This is not this is not carrying any brain space. That's what my AI is for. I told it about it, and it was like, great, we'll remember that.
Odd.
You jerk. Because I told it to be a little mean.
Yeah.
There you go.
Adam brought up Dragon Ball Z. Everybody drink.
Figured it out. Figured out how to bring it in. So, sure. a 6 for Skulls because it's the redemption arc. Because everyone,
Fair.
everyone gets a redemption arc. So what's the next thing? What scares? 0, because this is a scary movie. But like, Shake It Off. I have been thinking about this movie of how much fun I had. Katie broke that guy's arm. It was
She did.
awesome.
She did.
She didn't
broke
pick
it
up
real
on the
good.
Steven Seagal stuff, but like, okay. Like, it was like, oh, cool, bye. Like, it was
Yeah.
awesome. So yeah, it was a good time.
Wait, so what's your number?
For I said 6.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Still in
cool.
my brain. 6.
Mine was a 3, a
Six.
0,
Two
and a
Mithrians.
4.5.
You didn't tell me we could use decimals. That changes everything.
Suggestions. Nikisha, why don't you go first?
I mean, I already said mine. I feel like iRobot in this would be a very fun time.
Jamie?
I also have iRobot, but in this conversation, I added T2.
Yes, of course.
Jay?
This HAL, or no, sorry, 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Mm.
I've never seen that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've never seen it.
I don't think it would be a good reaction. It's kind of slow.
It's super slow. And it was made before I was born, so no one cares.
Adam doesn't watch movies that came out before he was born. It's a thing.
I have constantly rules on my cinema, so I can't help it, guys.
Yeah. Your suggestions, Lashy?
Abigail.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, man, watch Abigail.
Mhm.
This is fun. Yeah, go watch
That's good.
Abigail. It's just the other side of the mountain. Other side of the valley. Yeah.
Yeah.
Abigail
People
was
blow
fun.
up real good in that movie. Surprise, surprise. People be blowing up.
Yes.
Real good.
Amazing.
I will say watch Bride of Chucky to prepare for the showdown.
Mm.
We're gonna make this happen. It's gonna
Or-
come out. It's gonna be great.
I guess Seed of Chucky if you want the whole family who's going to take him down.
Yeah.
Take her down.
That movie is wild. That's the one that has like the semen opening credits.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah. Yes.
It's like
Oh, God.
evil. Look who's talking.
Right.
Basically.
It's the same opening
Oh, God.
sequence.
That's so right.
Yeah, I would say watch any of the later campier, like truly campy Chucky movies.
Yeah. Yeah, because the first one is pretty scary.
Yeah, the first one's good. The second one's great. The third one's meh. And then like Bride of Chucky is spectacular.
Nuts.
Mhm.
Like comedy nuts.
Yeah.
They should have put Megan in more stuff, you think? Like, she should have been in more kind of robots and kicking ass is like stuff that isn't stuff that's supposed to kick ass.
Like
yeah.
hopping into other things.
Yeah, I'm like thinking about her fighting
Mm.
Chucky, and I'm like, oh, it would be cool if Chucky was like trying to kill her, but like stabbing the toaster, and she kept jumping from thing to thing, you know?
Sure.
Toaster was my first thought too. Moving to
Yeah.
the toaster. Yeah.
Yes. Or she turns into the microwave and is able to like lure him in and like microwave
Yeah.
him for a little bit.
Mm.
I just like that. The Roomba kill was my favorite one
Sure.
because that guy died. You don't fall on the stairs like that. That guy got $1 Million Baby. Like, that was not.
They did cart
That
him
was-
off and mention on screen that he will be okay. Which
Oh.
I thought was the
That's-
first clue of like, oh no, wait, no, that guy should be dead.
No, man, get Roomba.
Yeah.
But
It's also
no.
like I don't like the Nun 2 did it as well. You start your movie off with like kind of horrific kills, and then the rest of the movie is like very mild. It's like
Mhm.
it sets an expectation that ends up disappointing you in the end. Like at the
Mhm.
beginning of the Nun 2, they kill a child, and the rest of it, and you're like, whoa, this movie's like going all in, and then like nothing happens in the rest.
And
of
how
it.
do we feel about that Talking Horror podcast?
Fuck them kids.
Now, thank you all. That wraps up our episode of M3gan 2.0.
Yep.
You can follow us on all of the socials, Instagram, TikTok, at Talk Horror Pod. And producer Brian, where can they listen to us?
You can listen to us wherever you get your podcasts. So YouTube, of course. Hi, YouTube.
Hey.
Spotify, as well as Apple Podcasts. Rate and review us there. 5 stars, please.
And
Thank you.
Also, just as a reminder, this whole month we have tons of Halloween actual horror movie content. We
Sorry.
we've got some fun, like today, we've got some really fun guests coming on to round out this, our favorite month of the year. And then, of course, you can go find previewed. I'm linking everything in the description. You can watch their M3gan reaction video, eventually their Friday, their Five Nights at Freddy's video, and then what else they have, hopefully weapons.
And weapons, apparently, now that it's
this
100%
month,
confirmed.
so definitely check them out. And then I'll also follow them on social media. But thank you guys so much for joining us for M3gan 2.0.
Sure, thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Thanks for having us.
Of course.
Thank
Can't
you
wait
so
to have you
much.
back with something more terrifying.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah, we'll
actually,
have to make sure it's actually a horror film this time.
yes.
Until they
Anything
get
goes in rugby.
weaponed.
Yeah, get weapon. So, oh, we've never watched Host. We've never done a host for this podcast, right?
I don't think so.
Is that the
Wait, which one's that
Japanese
one?
Korean?
Which
movie?
host?
No, that's the
No,
host.
the-
That's the Bong Joon-ho. Host is the
Zoom.
Zoom
The
movie.
Zoom one?
Seance.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Not heard of
Yeah.
it.
It's so good.
That
And it's
movie's
short,
great.
too. Yeah.
It's like 70 minutes, 78
Yeah.
minutes.
Whoa.
It's so good.
We like short.
Mm-hmm.
That
That's
movie
good.
is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Anyway, on that note, thank you all so much. We really appreciate
Thanks.
you joining us.
Yes, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye. Happy October.
Woo,
Make
so
me
that's for
taller.
October. Bye.
Yeah, fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids.